Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today, we're going to be covering what we have talked about here on the channel for quite some time, and that is our analysis that, of course, the legacy media, the Democrats, and the establishment want Trump to quit. They want him to suspend his campaign, and that's what we're going to get into today. We start things off from the New York Post. Nearly half of Americans believe Trump should suspend his 2024 campaign over indictment poll. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pinnacle. This is exactly what we have been discussing here for quite some time. The entire strategy of the legacy media, the Democrats, and the establishment is to get Trump to quit and then to convince Americans to not vote for him and believe that he should suspend his campaign. That is the idea. That is the concept that they continue to push because they know they have nothing with Alvin Bragg's in New York. Almost half of Americans surveyed in a new poll believe that former President Donald Trump should suspend his presidential campaign as a result of his indictment related to the 2016 hush money payment to Stormy Daniels. And that's absolutely absurd because they've already tried this whole hush money story back in 2016. The entire purpose, as I have said, is to get Trump to quit, is to convince the people around him and the undecided voters and the middle to not vote for Donald Trump. That is the entire premise. That is the entire narrative. It is unfolding right in front of everyone's face, and I hope that everyone is paying attention. Trump, 76, was arraigned in Manhattan courtroom last week on 34 felony charges of falsifying business records. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's case against the 45th president centers on an alleged scheme to orchestrate illegal catch and dispose of people payments in an attempt to suppress negative stories about him during the 2016 presidential election that continued while he was in office. Ladies and gentlemen, it is needless to say at this point, if you have been a follower of this channel, you know that our coverage has always been around the amount of negativity, the amount of smears, the amount of dark clouds painted over Donald Trump, continuing to be the strategy, continuing to be the narrative. What are the Democrats offering people? What are the Democrats doing to encourage and incentivize their voters to vote for them? What are the Democrats doing to incentivize and motivate the center and the undecided voters to vote for them? All they're doing is continually going after Trump and creating any and every kind of distraction for Joe Biden as things continue to deteriorate in our country, just overall. They don't focus on, if this were Trump, if what we were experiencing right now were under Trump, they would be focusing on the aspects of gas prices and taxes and the difficulties and challenges of shortages and the things that we are facing today continually happening. But instead, they would rather distract everyone with the idea that Donald Trump is Orange Man bad again. An ABC News, an ABC poll released on Sunday found that 48% of Americans think Trump should suspend his White House bid following the indictment. That's an ABC poll, which is absurd. Because, of course, they're always going to make their statistics, they're always going to make their data, they're always going to make their metrics look like the way they want it to look. Because they're selling an idea, they're selling a concept to people. And the idea here is don't vote for Trump. In comparison, when asked the same question before Trump's arraignment, 43 said the former president should halt his campaign. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's the sell. And I find it amazing. I think the New York Post is simply allowing us to see what the mainstream legacy media, the Democrats, and the establishment are trying to do. The most recent poll also found that 53% believe Trump's actions were intentionally illegal. That's absolutely ridiculous. Because it isn't about opinion. It's supposed to be about facts. We're supposed to be dealing with rules of law and how it all works, not people's opinions, not the jury of the public opinion, but that's what the media does. That's what the media does, and that's what we're seeing. Only 20% of respondents said they think he did nothing wrong. It doesn't matter what people think. When it's going to come down to this is whether or not there was rule of law, whether or not there were actual facts, whether or not there was tangible evidence that Donald Trump had done anything wrong to begin with. But yet they don't focus on that. They don't focus on what is the real focus topic. They don't. They distract. They go in different directions. But you guys know, as well as I do, because we have talked about it here, you're welcome to leave your comments down below. Of course, always like and share any of this information because we can see that the pattern is to get Donald Trump to quit.
That is the methodology that they're using. That is what they want people to do. They want to smear Donald Trump. They want to shame him because they know he's an outsider. They know that if he gets involved in there, that he will push out the establishment. He will hold the legacy media accountable, and he will push their buttons, and he will expose them for what they are and for what they do. And we should be able to see what's happening right now. People should be able to see what is happening right now. This is why I say share these videos. Because as you know, the channel has been affected by perhaps my coverage here and the way YouTube has responded. We're still working on all that right now, but we're going to continue to march on. We're going to continue to move forward. Your guys' support is greatly appreciated now, because now is the time, as we illustrate, as we get closer to this election, they are going to continue to attack Donald Trump. They're going to continue to make everyone believe that he is Orange Man bad all over again. And that's what I have for you guys today, appearing there on the screen. That would be the channel icon. If you're watching on YouTube, you guys can click on that to subscribe. I would encourage you to do so, as well as to select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.